Here we are, deep in the belly of winter. We thought that the year was going to bring us something new. We made proclamations, we made memes, we made posts, new year, new me, and here we are on the 27th, still feeling like we're in the same place. And yet, the universe is oh my gosh. The universe is guiding us to continue to believe, even though it's so hard. Some of us may be feeling like we really don't know where to go, what to do. So much responsibility, time to do everything that we need to do. And yet, the universe continues to tell us that we are the creators of our destiny. We are the artists, right? Reading from some new cards tonight. I just got 3 new beautiful decks. So reading from the Starseed Oracle, which is amazing, and reading from the Work Your Light Oracle deck as well. Not going to pull from those just yet. Just feeling the need for us to take a breath together. So wherever you are, however you're listening to this, I just encourage you to just take a deep breath in through your nose and relax it through your mouth. Acknowledging yourself, acknowledging that wherever you are in this moment is exactly where you're supposed to be. And as you go on your journey this week, because this is about this week's energy, there may be some folks that decide to join you, and you may be surprised by the people that come your way to join you. First card out of the deck, your life is a canvas, and it is about an artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. Your life is a canvas. What picture are you painting, right? Is your canvas full? Is it bright? Is it dark, right? It's really, really, really up to you, but it's super important for all of us to really focus on what it is that we really want, to focus on what it is that we really need. Because again, we came into the year with expectations. Some of us did anyway. And right now, the perfect guidance might be just to surrender. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Seems like a very hard instruction this time, with so much happening, to surrender to sweetness, right? When all we want to do is fight, all we want to do is resist, all we want to do is push forward and push through. But unfortunately, and fortunately, now is not the time to push through. That's just not the energy. If you try to push through, you are going to be pushed back. So it's time to call for help. Let your friends in, let your people in. It is also time for you to be the example, right? This is from the Starseed deck, right? And so this is calling us to be cosmic ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. So those are just a few of the first cards out of the deck, actually. And I think I'm going to read some of these because I just got these cards today and I know what I'm feeling, but I just want to get a little bit deeper and see what the deck actually, what the guidebook actually has to say. Wow, and this is actually the last card out of the deck. Your life is a canvas. Last card out of the deck, first card that I pulled. So we're starting at the end. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? So this would be the instruction. Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start. No experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. Consistent daily action, the action of surrendering, which sometimes can be the absolute hardest thing to do when we have so many things, so many times blocking our way. So this was the magician. The magician actually came out reversed, or dormant. And so that makes me think about how are we going to be very important to tap into all of our resources. We have the pentacles there. We have the resources. We have the cup, which holds our emotions. We have the swords, which has to do with our ideas. And we have the wand that is all about action. Okay. We have the yellow in the background, which represents the sun's energy. We have the flowers down below, which represents creating a garden from the earth, right? Again, being that magician, making something out of nothing, as above, so below, reflecting that divine energy. But this card was dormant. So that tells me, and it says it makes perfect sense with the things that are already happening, right? It makes perfect sense that we're not feeling like the magician right now. We're absolutely not feeling like the magician. So many of us, we're upside down. Our emotions are going all over the place. We're still in that Pluto and Saturn energy, right? That's going to be with us for the entire year. And so we talked about this last week, that energy is forcing us to dig deep, to dig deeper than we ever have, right? Some of us may have had revelations over the past week or so that we're still reeling from. There's things that happen that we are still reeling from. So how do we right this ship? How do we become the magician that we all need to be? How do we create this heaven on earth, right? The magician reverse was sitting right underneath the surrender to sweetness, right? Sitting right underneath it. So our inability to surrender, our inability to tap into that part of ourself, that soft part of ourself, even allowing ourselves to feel joy. Some of us don't want to feel joy because we feel guilty about that because of all the things that are happening in the world. And so we feel a need to almost co-sign with trauma, even if we're not feeling that trauma, because we don't want the ire to be turned on us. We don't want people to think about, well, who does she think she is? Or who do they think they are? Or who does he think he is? And so we're not fully in our power. Because again, we are putting other people before ourselves, right? But we are not here to be followers. The energy of this week is really for you to step into being that divine being, to step into being that divine light, right? And you can become that divine light by staying grounded, by asking for help, and by returning to your spiritual practices, right? or changing your spiritual practices because now the energy is different, right? So here's the other case. What has worked before is no longer working. My affirmations aren't working. My meditation isn't working. Nothing I do is working. I'm blocked. I can't write. I can't move forward. I have projects due. I didn't want to start the year out like this. I didn't plan this, right? This is not happening the way that I thought it would. That is the overall energy of this week. We're still in this questioning phase. So I am going to our Adinkra deck because I want some guidance on what we can do this week to deal with this energy. Wow, it's so funny that I was listening to Jefferson's Starship and the third card out of the deck was the Star Keeper. That's so funny because I had another song in mind and then Spirit was like, no, it's about believing in miracles, believing in things even when it doesn't look like it's working. Surrendering even though you want to stay in the fight. Wow, that's a lot of cards. Okay. All right. So ancestor guidance is Empatapur, and it is the pacification knot, and it has to do with forgiveness and reconciliation. So perhaps the person that we need to reconcile with is ourself. Perhaps the person we need to forgive is ourself. Perhaps what we need to surrender to is our own heart, is our own ability to be that star keeper. Perhaps what we need to surrender to is being that artist, right? Forgiveness and reconciliation. What is it? Who is it that we need to reconcile with? Is that ourselves as well? So let's just see what the extended says. Reconciliation and forgiveness can be an internal act. Some of the deepest betrayals are committed against us are painful because we do not forgive ourselves. There we go. Forgiveness does not need to be a performance, nor does it need to be said. Reconcile your actions in this situation and move past what you cannot change. Peace of mind awaits you. Again, surrender to the sweetness. Additional guidance, additional meanings, let go of blame and step into your new reality. Do what feels good. You deserve compassion. So it's so interesting here because we have two cards about direct things that we need to do, surrender, forgiveness, and reconciliation. And then we have two cards of manifestation and magic and alchemy, being that alchemist. The year is still young. Don't give up yet. It's only February. We've got, we've got some time here, right? So then the second card out of the deck says, when you climb a good tree. And the Adinkra symbol is called Woforo Dua Pa A. And it says, when you climb a good tree, you are given a push. A good deed attracts support. So we're being pushed. When you climb a good tree, you're given a push. A good deed attracts support. So when we surrender, when we let ourselves be the artist in our life, when we allow ourselves to be that magician, when we are not in resistance, we are given all that we need, right? But when we're fighting, when we have our fists up, the help can't get in. It can't get past our block, right? So this is a week of letting your guard down also. Letting your guard down, right? So if it says fighting the good fight can sometimes be a thankless and dangerous task, but it is a worthy one. Your efforts are not in vain. They are simply obscured by a system that destroys instead of uplifts. Sometimes your reward is just to know you are living and loving by your values, okay? No good deed for another goes unnoticed. Recognition does not change, value. Keep going. All right. We've got, like I said, we've got a long way to go. I mean, we've got a long way to go. All right. And then the last one is Kuranti Ne Akwamu, two councils of state, a symbol of democracy, sharing ideas and taking counsel. So again, this goes back to asking for help. This is a week to ask for help. This is a week to say, hey, I'm struggling here. All right. This is not a time to be going it alone. Okay. Feel encouraged to take counsel from a trusted source. Share your ideas and concerns while heeding the signs that will be forthcoming once you open up. Two heads are better than one. The value is in the exchange, right? So there it is. Forgiveness for whatever part we played in whatever the situation is. Reconcile that, right? Understand that there is support for you, that you are building a strong foundation, and building a strong foundation is sometimes painful, but understanding that you don't have to be alone on this journey. What else am I going to pull? I think I'm going to pull from my new Moonology. I woke up this morning and I literally had 3 new decks waiting for me. And so we're just going to see if there's any thing we can do with the moon that will help us, that will get us through. What is the energy that we need to incorporate this week? A little bit more of a serious reading than last week's, right? Last week was a little bit more high energy. This is exciting. Full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So there we go. So again, just hang out a little longer. Don't jump ship, right? The answers you need are coming. I like that. Whoa, and then here's the last card out of the deck. Your commitment is being tested. Of course it is. Of course it is, right? Are you that magician? Are you committed to being that artist? Or do you jump ship the first time or the 5th time or the 6th time that you're rejected? Do you stay in the game? Do you stay in the fight? Right? Or are you allowing other people's ideas of who you are to stifle you? Right? Your commitment is being tested. That's it. That's all that's happening. That's all that's happening. So we just need to surrender to the sweetness, find the sweetness where we can, find the sweetness in all of the things that we're going through, right? Knowing that the answers are coming. This is a weekly reading, so this is from this Monday. Be on alert for how those messages might come to you. Pay attention to those messages and don't question them when they come. All right. 5 of Swords. So this is a victory, but a victory at what cost? All right. So again, a time of just reading, thinking about what it is you really, really want. Think about what it is you really, really want. And maybe that's some of the answers that's going to come at the end of the week. Really taking this time to get clear on what you want, right? So that you're not one of those 2 people standing with their backs to this person who's again. I was able to pull you in again. I was able to trigger you again. I knew if I said that thing to you, it would set you off and take you out of your magician energy. I knew that I would be able to do that. And so I'm super satisfied. You're distraught and standing by the water. So this time, what we're going to do is we're going to just surrender to whatever is sweet. We're going to find whatever is sweet in the situation, and we're going to surrender to that thing. Because we know that we are the artist. We are the creators of our life. We are creating the canvas of our life, and we are not going to allow to take us off course. We're not going to allow the news to take us off course. We're not going to let the job take us off course. We're not going to let our partners take us off course. Why? Because we are here to be star keepers. We are here to talk with our cosmic ancestors. They are here. You know, this star keeper card fell, and then this companion card fell. Some of us might be looking for companionship with people, and really the companionship that we really need might be energetic. We might be so stuck on how we think something is supposed to happen, how the answers are supposed to happen, how the relationship is supposed to happen, how that dream person is supposed to happen, what they're supposed to look like. We might be so caught up in our illusions of how we think things are supposed to be, which I'm feeling like this is definitely the energy of this week, which this is definitely why some people are so shooketh right now, because they created a whole story about how their life was going to be and who they were going to be when such and such happened. And when such and such happened, they realized that they were behaving as in the same way that they would have behaved before. Right? Because they are stuck in, we are stuck in the illusion of how we think things are supposed to be. Right? And so that is taking us out of our magician energy. That is us giving our power away to people who do not deserve it. Because we don't realize that this is just a test. That person or that situation is just a test. And maybe we're looking for companions in the wrong places. Looking for love in all the wrong places. I feel like that should have been the song I played. Looking for love in all the wrong places. My friend is singing Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places in the living room. Hilarious. What is that? Looking for love in all the wrong places. In too many faces. Is that Kenny Rogers?
That's Kenny Rogers, I think.
I think it's Kenny Rogers. Yeah, I do too. If that's Kenny Rogers, put it in the chat. All right. So good, but thank you for the laughter. I feel like this is such a serious reading. Like, we need to liven it up. We really need to, surrender to the sweetness, because man, this is like heavy. Like, the energy is very heavy. I was saying to, my friend earlier, like the energy is very heavy. And so we just have to shake it up, right? We have to shake it up, that's a song too, right? Shake it up, shake it up. Yeah. All right, so I want to pull one more card from this Story Oracle deck because I adore it. Wow, interesting. This is the one that I don't know if you all saw this drop out. So this is card number 4. She leaves home. She leaves home. So whatever home means to us, I am reading this as whatever feels comfortable, whatever stories, whatever illusions, whatever those things are, it's time to leave those things, right? Also looking at the numerology of this 4, the number 4 can be about finances, right? It can be about, wealth building, money, and all of those things. So again, sometimes we have to leave home to find the treasure. Sometimes we have to leave what's comfortable to find the treasure, to reclaim our magician status. We have to leave those things that we are so used to having around in order to have the life that we say that we want. One more card. Okay. From where? Here? Okay. So one more card from the Work Your Light, L-I-G-H-T. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Water your garden. Nourishment, body, care, tenderness, and rest. But how can we rest when there's so much work to do? Oh my gosh, how can I possibly rest? Like, I have things that I have to do. I have to pay rent. I have to, you know, things are going on in the government. Shit's crazy. How can I rest? Well, we actually don't have a choice. Because you're either going to rest or your body's going to rest you. You're going to hit a wall. So you might as well rest now. Right? And nurture yourself. And so, and that goes right in line with this surrender to sweetness. It's right in line to me with this she leaves home. Because home to you might be being a workaholic. Home to you might be, yeah, just working yourself to the bone, being a robot, not taking care of yourself, not allowing yourself pleasure, right? Home to you might be a bad relationship, might be an uncomfortable living situation, might be a neighborhood that you want to get out of. And so it's time to leave home. It's time to stop looking for love in the wrong places and being mad that the people that live in that place for you. It's time out for that. It is time for us to ask our cosmic ancestors for help and find some new companions. That show up. Okay, so I'm gonna pull from the charm because we're doing charms now too. Okay. Oh, okay, that fell out. So that's interesting. Okay, all right, let's see what we got. Oh, okay, I like this. All right, so the first charm that came up was this cute little keychain from St. Thomas. So to me, that goes right again along with the taking care of yourself, the surrender, the rest, right? Going out into nature, being at the beach, being at the water. So definitely escape. And I never noticed that these, the strap in the shoe, in the sandal, is in the shape of the shoe. Isn't that interesting? It's interesting to me because the other charm, which I'm just calling it a charm, it's not a charm, this star anise. And so this is, you know, I don't cook with these, but I do use them in my magical potions. And the reason I use these in my magical potions is because it's in the shape of a star. And so this is like my wish granted, right? So when I'm putting my potions together, I end it typically with this star anise, and I speak my wish into it, and I blow, and then I put it in the pot or wherever or if the potion is already put together, I put this on top of wherever the potion is, like the jar or whatever. So this is a wish fulfilled star, right? So again, all is not lost. And then the coin that I have, this is a coin from, where is it? Canada? Oh, Jamaica. Oh, isn't that interesting? So this is a coin from Jamaica. So we've got St. Thomas here and we've got Jamaica here. So that's super interesting to me. Thinking about going back to this rest, this nourishment, this body care. So definitely, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice this. And then we have a shell. Is somebody sending me to the beach? I sure wish somebody would send me to the beach. That's my wish. Send me to the beach. Send me to the beach. My people are Jamaican. Shoot, is that my Jamaican ancestors coming in? Okay, your girl has no sense. But in all seriousness, right? Rest, relaxation, take a time out, right? This little cowrie shell, cowrie shells are also a symbol of trade. Cowrie shells were used as money, currency, right? And so a rest will do you good. A rest might actually, an investment in time and travel and relaxation might open up your creative space to think about new ways of bringing money in. Or maybe money from a foreign place, like a person from another country. Maybe the answers you need that are coming, maybe that is associated with someone from someplace else. So those are the vibes I'm getting, is that either it's somebody from a foreign place that you're going to connect with that's going to change your financial situation in some way, or maybe you're going to go somewhere and you're going to actually have headspace and brain space and you come up with the bright idea. But whatever it is, it's definitely going to be a wish come true. And then we have a crystal here, and I really like this crystal. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I put it in the charm box because it makes me think about peace and grounding. The color blue, coolness, and just being cool, calm, tempering the fires. And I feel like it's really on par with all of the blue in this reading, which that's kind of purpley, but purpley blue. And then this has some beautiful blue in it as well. There's blue here and blue here, right? And I didn't pull this card, but it's sitting up looking at me, so I am going to bring it into the conversation. The Two of Pentacles, your ability to juggle, and there's also blue in there as well. So lots of this week paying attention to how you can bring peace, calm into your life. And that's it, y'all. That is all, folks. That is all I got. Thank you for hanging out. Of course, if you want to book a reading with me, you can just Facebook inbox me and let me know what you think about the new cards. Let me know if you watched the reading from last week about the new reading style. But yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. I want to hear from you all. I appreciate you so much for hanging out, and I'll see you next week. Next week, I'll be in New Orleans on the 3rd. So I'm really going to try to do the reading while I'm away because I want to stay consistent. So hopefully time will allow for me to do that and I won't be too tired. But yeah, I'll see y'all soon.